baby, back at it. Oh, Mr. Flashlight, how I forgot you. How I love you, Mr. Flashlight. Damn. That's okay. Where's our boy Kim? He's not out there. What the? Oh, they opened the back room.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing.
The Hardy Boys. I love it.
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread left to worry about.
Plus 30.
And one big problem to replace it.
Ooh, we're so close to leveling up.
Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know whether they have to say
They're in
about
no
the murder?
hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Aw, bummer.
The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. But they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
I love the flashlight so much.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them? I doubt it, sweetie. The traps aren't big enough for humans to get caught in them. They're for the insect. Anyway.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after monsters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but... if you say...
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My
Crypto.
apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine.
Yeah, cryptozoologist. Connect the bugs to the blockchain.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Meld the beetles to the blockchain. Make them non-fiat bugs.
Searching for such species called cryptids is
Hello,
difficult and
book.
often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Smack 9000 is a username I came up with when I was like 10. It is super. It stands for Super Mega Aaron Kinsel, because that's my name, and then the over 9,000 meme, and then your follow up is going to be, well, why isn't it 9,001 or some other number greater than 9,000? And it sometimes was, but I think 9,000 looks better than 9,001, and also he says it's over 9,000, not it's 9,001. So there's your answer. Maybe you could tell me about the cryptids. Let's go! We're getting cryptids.
I suppose you could use a break, and I
Shout
could
outs.
use a distraction.
The correct spelling. Oh yeah, because you Venmo'd me that one time.
One,
Or maybe more than
like you
once.
said. One. This can't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. We have things to do.
Oh man. Oh, which one do I want? Loki, you sent me like $2. Gift. Oh yeah, you did Venmo me or you did gift me as well. I forgot about that. Well, it's okay. The gifted subs don't even really count because I haven't gotten the payout yet. Oh, which one do I do? Because I only get to hear about one. Biggest or tiniest? The most dangerous? Invisible? Invisible sounds kind of lame. I kind of want to do biggest.
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. Mirage or psychogenous luminance. No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision. The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Hooey. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific
I
law.
love this.
The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Coconur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
I love it when the music kicks in. Great. This is great shit. You need more.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid. Ah, fuck it.
Yeah! Let's go. Fuck it.
Well, the smallest cryptid, Cryobacter catlensis, a unicellular bacterium. It was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago. The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Why would... Okay, I guess if she's... That makes sense. Because I was like, why would you inject yourself with a bacteria? But if it makes you live for a long time, that's pretty hype. The Twilight Proceedings.
Mm-hmm. Mijanou did talk about the end of the world a great deal before her abrupt departure. Everyone thought the bacteria had driven her mad, but she really was a brilliant woman. Maybe the Cryobacter catlensis allowed her to see something no one else could.
It's the most dangerous
No.
cryptid.
Obturoma.
The gnome.
Oh, it is. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
Guy who drank a bacterial soup to give himself stomach ulcers and cured it and got the Nobel... What? I do not know about that book. Also, this might be asked here in a minute, but if all of its victims died, then how do they know that it is there? And I guess that's like part of cryptozoology. What is this link that book hath provided? When time to experiment on themselves. The flat, well, it's great because look what I can do. I can just shine it in her face. I can shine it on Gart. It's great. Yeah, tell me about these cryptids, lady. Alright, we'll read about that later.
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gamely little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
Wow, that's crazy. Why?
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
That's pretty sick. That it just killed itself. Like after it was dead.
Interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
It's the Coldamama
Shut up, Kim. I'm trying to learn about invisible
Name
cryptids.
means thin whisper of sound. And that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Cold macaca. Coldo mama dakwa can also be translated as a whisper, light and low. Coldo mama dakwa.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they?
They are.
Although the low part is a little ironic. The Col de Mama Dakwa makes,
a misnomer.
is such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
So it makes us...
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Wait, but if we can't hear it, how do we know that it exists at all? Right? Am I wrong?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that
right, you can hear them. What does it sound like?
a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Ooh. But like really high pitched. I see.
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights. Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists
I know about ornithologists.
who
You don't have
study
to...
birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing.
Ariana Grande huffing helium on Death Mountain.
When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range,
The roller coaster?
certain anomalies, patterns that seemed
Oh,
random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
The King Ka. Splash Mountain. Isn't Splash Mountain shut down? Didn't they close, like, stop it? Or did they just change the name to, like, The Way of Water or something? God, they should move that into Pandora Land. That'd be sick as fuck.
The scientists soon discovered they could
Space Mountain.
predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
Oh, it's only closed in Cali? Okay. Is it, like, I thought they were just, like, rebranding it or something. It's so weird to close it, because isn't that, like, one of their most iconic rides?
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Col de Mama Dakwa, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Oh, it is based on a racist movie, that's true. I've also never been there, because I haven't been to California or the West Coast at all. But I plan to someday. Wow.
Mm-hmm. They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Wait, it's closed until 2024? Dude, just stick a couple frogs in there or something. Who cares?
Sequester, Time, Joscan, those are but some of the Mama Dakwa they followed individually. That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure? That's an ass name. Splash Mountain is such a cool name. Why not rename it to, like, the Louisiana Dive or something?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama Dakwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave?
Frog Mountain,
Same
yeah.
frequency, dear.
Or like the frog's leap of faith.
Exactly.
Yes.
And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
That is really sad.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in AI, but
Poor
they've
Mama
been few
Duckwas.
and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Kulta Mama Dakwa population anywhere.
That is true.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what? Of course, dear. Oh, dear. I'm not... Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but
Let's learn
his
about her
eyes
husband.
are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
Oh, I bet he's wild.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
Sweet 16th anniversary. We can finally drive.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't
No,
bore you
I
with
want you to bore me with the
entomological
entomological minutia.
Well, it's
He wants to hear it too.
technically, but
Ah, yes. Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially, like the stick bug, or those moths that their wings look like leaves.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even... Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the
I don't know if that's a
reeds.
cool power. That's
It's
just
how
like...
it stayed hidden all these
I was
years.
like, breathing fire is a cool
Centuries even.
power. Being able to hide because you are a reed is not a very cool power. That's like looking at me and being like, he has the cool power of being able to blend into a group of similarly heighted white guys. Like, that's just what I look like.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
I'm bullying the cryptid. It's a stupid cryptid.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. then you'd understand, I'm sure.
You know,
The other cryptids are
too
way
bad with
cooler.
it. Let's have more cryptids.
Yeah!
Of course, officers.
Oh, that's all of them. Fuck.
Is there... Of course, dear.
Tremble. The time is now. Time for the show. Yeah, if it was like a dragon, that'd be cool. Because dragons can breathe fire and they can fly. Those are both powers. Some dragons can even talk. I'd consider that a power for a non-human as well. Like parrots have that power. You know? What is this? Oh, yeah, we'll get there, but I'm just saying right now, I'm not crazy impressed with this stuff. Or, you know, with this particular cryptid. The other ones are cool. Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, you are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. Let's run it. Yes, you spoke the words of the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself. Apocalypse Cop. The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor. Apocalypse Cop. Yes. How close are we? How much more do we need? What's our... Oh, 6. Okay. Apocalypse Cop. 20 real to pay for your room. Right.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? You must be kidding, right? Yeah, good one, officer. Real funny. But this establishment only takes cash.
Freight, near the gates. They'll exchange it.
Then why are you...
Okay, Dick, I didn't know.
Oh, hello.
Oops, no, I didn't mean to talk to you. Pardon, ma'am. Just doing some business. Gorasse, Quebec. That's a place in Canada, right? I jest. Thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the whirling's cook. Step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Gorse and Quebec. Looks up at you and then looks away, shrugging and muttering to himself. They're friends. There's a couple of sentences in strange languages of his.
Horse need more vodka?
Ah.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. By the union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
I mean, I don't really care if they drink, right? Like, that's not... I don't... That doesn't really matter to me. Oh. Are we dropping frames? Is the stream okay? It's fine? Okay, it just... I can see like the OBS preview on my other monitor and it looks really bad. Yeah, let's kill the flashlight. Is that any better? It does not seem to be any better. Seems very choppy. Let me check. It's fine now? Okay, yeah, that seems okay.
let me handle this.
That's pretty choppy, I think.
Detective.
Granted, it's like mostly a word game, so I don't know how much it
Are you
matters.
still wondering
But
where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome. No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy. You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men. I represent the union and these
we're
men
so
here.
close to leveling up, dude.
Don't make this
Right?
personal.
Yeah, I need one more. Ugh, that's rough.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock
Look,
workers.
me personally, I'm just asking
So you were
questions.
spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
It's time, baby. It's time for Apocalypse Cop. And someday I'll finally get rid of advanced race theory. Someday. Do I want to talk to him right now? Read it? Okay, we'll read it. Wait, hang on. Can't I take it? No. Apocalypse Cop. Cop of the Apocalypse. You woke up in a hotel room and started rambling about the end of the world. It's not your normal everyday doom crying either. Something totally, truly colossal is approaching. The gloaming, the culling, the bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Until now, you've been pleasantly vague about the precise nature of this cataclysm. No more. Put the bloodletting on the burner and really figure out what's threatening the fragile physical reality you just found yourself in. Did you... That's pretty sick. Gotta take my 50, you know how it is. Hawthorn bushes outside. The bowl, they spit in it.
This is where you say your bit.
Excuse me?
Detective.
God, why is it running so bad right now? Because it's not, I mean, OBS isn't saying I'm dropping any frames. I don't know why it's doing this. Because it looks fine, like on my, when I'm actually playing it, it's fine. That's very weird. It does? Okay. Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you, maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Shut the fuck up, Shanky. I don't know.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for a
Oh, to be ripe and pretty.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Of course I...
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Well, maybe you should just fuck off then.
Don't worry. We are resourceful. We'll find a good topic for us to discuss.
Boot size 44, blonde man in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Boot, working boot size 45 or 46, eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet. Size 43, gang tattoos. Standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46. The big dick, wide at the shoulders, then lean at the hips. Rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars. A little under 40. The Illness Help says rowing club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, captain. Far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44. 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. Is that a plectrum? The musician. Size 41 with a light step, not a child after all. An older man with a rat face. In the middle, heaving and wheezing big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks, probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, could easily exceed 220. Conclusion, these 7 men are the actors on the crime scene. Their footprints were there, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You stood there for about 4 seconds not saying anything, hit with the hard questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
What the fuck is with you, fella? Incriminating. Now that's a big boy word. You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
You idiot, you're so stupid. You hang somebody. He was hanged. Okay, a horse is hung. A man is hanged.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNA's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNA's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there.
That's insane.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
No, you're not getting the name. What about him?
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to...
Known him?
Yeah.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Who do you fucking think does? You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
Interesting.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Method of capital punishment in Ravishal under the coalition during the suzerain's reign. It was used to be a firing
Or send them
squad.
to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them.
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure. We hanged him up by his neck.
Didn't they teach you?
Can you give us a few more details? Did you muff?
Titus.
We overpowered him.
I like how she keeps going, "You don't have to answer that." And then he goes, "Shut the fuck up. I'm going to answer that. I'm going to answer it in detail."
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Do I run it?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right.
We run it. Fuck. Horrible.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Like what, copper?
I mean, I'm not... Nothing good's gonna come out of trying to arrest him right now, is the thing, right? Like...
Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials.
Week when you first met? What?
What are you talking about, madman? Or what? You want to be the ape?
Actually, boss, we've been...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to... You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
Well, if I can retry it. Damn. That's bullshit. Oh, I don't want to try the gun thing.
Stop shitting your pen. The law.
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
No, asshole. You're nobody.
Stop yelling about the goddamn law in my establishment!
Let's just all cool off. We had some questions.
Caustic Echo.
Caustic Echo. Are you ready?
Splat. Splatity splat, Harry. You know what that means? It means the shit has fallen off the stick, and it's bad again. You lost something, and it's not your gun. It's not your badge. It's not your uniform. You can find all of those things. No, the charred echo was left by the one thing you will never find again. Not even if you dive into the sea in search of it. It's the love of your life, Harry. The scent is everywhere. The sound is in everything. The alarm goes off at 3.
Holy crap. I get 3 levels? Okay, well, we're gonna get rid of you. And then we're gonna level up some other whatnots. Like... Wait, is Half-Light... What is Apocalypse Cop? What was the one that Apocalypse Cop talked to me? Was it Half-Light? Oh, it was Shivers? Wait, what do we have to do? Doran's Encyclopedia. It's pure flavor text. Wait, so was Shivers the Shivers was Apocalypse Cop, right? The one that got me that? Is that what was talking to me, or was that Half-Light? Half-Light was well, we got 2. We'll just do one of each. Half-Light is legit wanting to kill people. Called a macaca. Seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was high-pitched, right? Something tickles your ear.
No, I don't hear the full Maradaqua. And neither
Sure you do, bud. Please let me tune in. I just want to tune in. Let's go. You heard it. The mysterious Kolmamadakwa. You're certain you did. Well, maybe not quite certain, but let's say you're hopeful, because it would make you very special. Be the only person who could hear this invisible, incorporeal bird, this animate whisper, this particle of sound. You're going to have to keep listening. Sharpen your ear. Wait, what? Oh, we can do this. Mr. Compressed. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Mr. Compressed. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. Material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. That's true too. Although I don't have anything right now that I need to get rid of, so I also don't have the experience for it just yet, but I'm sure I'll get that here in a minute. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots, they're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know. No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics. They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Oh, neat. That's cool.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Kim, can I borrow your gun? I need to do something.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Wow. For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real.
Not too much, yes. It's a sorry situation, I agree. That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure.
He's not actually sure that he's just being tactful.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the ear like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them all together. Like whorls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice that you get 5 XP, baby. The whorls are in the shape of the letter and number combinations. E50. Oh shit, that's my IP.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
The stench fills your nostrils. You push down, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole? Where's he letting Goku know?
I don't know, baby. I don't know.
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
His nose is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6 rotor airships. Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifted cargo.
I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to
My
shove
brain tells me so.
I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. Right now, everything seems to fit their confession. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Makes sense. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. What will mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. Smap of the night sky. National
Of
pattern,
no nation
perhaps?
that I know of.
Nah, fuck.
If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
The pattern does not stir patriotic or religious sentiment in you. What it does is speak to the wounded, limping animal, the male in particular, unable to communicate in anything more than grunts. It's impossible to tell if its advice is right or wrong.
So am I.
Let him cook.
What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
2 metal cap. This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Damn, dude, fire pick. Sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out.
In case we need it. It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Here, a souvenir.
Oh, thank you.
Don't lose it.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curled meat, there is an expression not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Takes one to know one. Dude, come on. I'm just trying to be crazy.
Go ahead, copper. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
He loves those because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Coming right up. Copperoonie. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. You might be onto something there, because you have loved it, me improvocapo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo, I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? You're a lying sack of shit, Coppo. You're doing this because there is nothing else to do. Everything else is over. It's just me now. Do I remind you of someone?
Child born with Mahler's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure I got out of that one, Coppolini? Maybe I was getting my rocks off. Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you, Captain Coppadron? I fear we are drifting away. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
That's weird, because that's not what he said.
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh. You are trying to assess lividity. So, what do you think? The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe. I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down. The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Mr. levels something up. Do I just do more Inland Empire? I kind of like Esprit de Corps. The little stories that it gives are very fun. I'm gonna pump one into that.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way. Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. that is a detective.
Ah, fuck.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut...
I don't know if physics work, Kim. I'm putting points into being crazy.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea. The more invisible jet. Yeah, I figured.
I'll blow his head off.
Take it!
Yeah, take...
He's gonna fucking miss!
God damn it.
Ah.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appear to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Yeah, I like the that a lot of the checks are invisible, because it's like you said, it's hard to tell what you're missing out on. So you just kind of, because it's like, you know, it's how brains work, right? Like, I don't know the things that I don't know. So it's cool that they do that in this through like the skills that you pick. Confirmed it's unsafe, but what else can we do?
Okay, they do have the tools and the men. And since it looks like they put him there... Okay, let's do it in the lousy, dangerous way. Hooray for us. To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to accomplish this feat ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitch!
Thanks, Kuno S. Anything else on the,
What do you see?
Nothing there. Is this the door that I needed the key? They wanted me to have the key for? Yeah, because I already unlocked that door. Right? So... Alright, yeah, we can run some numbers. Alright, nerd guy, go crunch some numbers for me. Yeah, you're gonna have to have the guys upstairs take a look at this one. Kuno got any big words for me now?
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna—
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Yeah, relate to the kids.
Yeah, to the both of you. Watch your ass in Kuno's time. Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about
Let's run
his
it.
kingdom. Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. You should give up, Popo, or—
You okay, Kuno?
Kuno doesn't fucking—
Yeah, I thought that... Because they said that it's, like, behind... They said it's back here, didn't they? Or am I wrong? Yeah. The next courtyard? There's another courtyard? Dang. The ledger openable? I don't know what that means.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
The ledger? What ledger? Just, oh, the... All the buttons?
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
What with? My husband? No, he's not. You're welcome. I don't mean to disrespect, sir.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies.
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain or your heraldic bird?
Wonderful. The store is open.
Yeah. Oh, we get to go see Annette again.
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool? You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at the books. Go to them. Talk about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
Upstairs, you say? Hopefully 10 Real can... That shit don't matter me none.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
We'll just buy it.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good.
Yes, dude. You guys want to learn about some fucking cockatoos? A book about different cockatoo species and their behavioral patterns. Perhaps it can also offer some insight into your own often problematic actions. The spectacular, major, majestic cockatoo eyes you from the cover. From Azriq, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo. A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas-la-Mer. Known for their intelligence and general preciousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. I don't look like I stink. I look like I smell nice. Thank you. Okay, what more? This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts, the funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated. What problems do these birds have? Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up. Thank you, Liz. I do smell great. What time is it? 4:36. Okay. I could handle it. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream nonstop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. Right, that's pretty bad. Anything else? It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own. There has to be something great about cockatoos. You're right, cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle, and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. The funeral cockatoo is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus funereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it. Cool. The major majestic cockatoo. Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo is often described as the most flamboyant bird of the jungle, its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species. The common bang-bang cockatoo. Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species. Common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world, its plumage is mainly gray and white. The Seminoles name bang-bang is thought to be of an onomatopoeic origins. Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me. Yes, but all these cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you? Fuck up a two. A fuck up and a cockatoo. Task complete. You're right, you're a fuckatoo embodied. This sorry-ass bird belongs on your heraldry. It probably doesn't even have feathers and only screams. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself. Alright, well. Annette, how your studies going, kid?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
What? No words. Oh, I need more pain threshold to do that. Well, then away we go. Oh, I don't have their ball yet, so. Let's talk to our boy. How are we doing on 4 hours, 5 hours, 1 hour, 11 hours? Sheesh.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind? Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Fair enough, brother.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you? Third officer, what's the number? And got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hope. 57th, over and out.
No, that's in.
I wasn't harassing Thomas. I just want to know if he knew who might know. That's all. I was just curious. Maybe the racist guy knows.
Looking for something odd?
You're 6th grade. You had Latin in 6th grade?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
That's crazy.
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage. I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like a dram of that Yugograd vodka. Koikos and worse much, but they do no booze. Not in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
He's so tribal.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
Was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job on it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. It's a fucking travesty is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran.
Right, of
His
course.
little side business is a
Don't know why I
scam.
asked the racist who he thought was.
Surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer. Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil.
Yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealangs, his tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
Does the scab leader have anything else to say?
The native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be. Let's talk about our right to work.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks, though. Appreciate the offer. Okay, that's good. Oh.
If you want her attention, you may need to be...
Where am I? Who are you?
Yeah. We waking her up. The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the walls out of them?
Scooby-Dooby-Doob. Yeah, that's Phineas and Ferb.
Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, the side walls and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is. This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
Strikingly handsome man looks straight at you. His head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair as dark as an oil slick, and his jaw is the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. This man's got a holdover, and 50 years later
He
you
was
can
the
feel
biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all his lines. Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She's so wise.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Mundi, the world's largest state by territory. It's petro-state, a constitutional monarchy, and as of recently an outcast due to its tilt to the far right. Interesting.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do.
Oh, it's Doobie-Doobie-Dooba. So pretty close. Something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she's at the hanging somehow?
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel. Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
Don't condescend to me unless you really want to.
It was. And then it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another Herife who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this carnival. I don't remember.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. A size is 37.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
She's right. It would be cool if she was hauling diamonds.
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Of course you don't. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
These epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. I don't like the sound of any of that. It sounds like a horrible drug, the worst one of them all.
If you don't know, Your man, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Lowman? No, Lowman. Diamonds. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here. I would never make fun of a real lowman, Harriet.
I love her being like, I'm like, who do you think did it? And she's like, well, it's probably the only guy that I can see, because that's the only guy I can see.
You're not responsible for what the client puts in your lorry, as long as the seals are not opened. We officers know that.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree.
I love her.
Or
she's
I
great.
Just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go.
Got what I needed from her. She's great. Big fan. There we go. Even by the standards of the Philippine kings, old sumptuous Felipe was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. Mr. Whitecheck. Mr. Rolls is back. You're goddamn right. After this, we're gonna go punch Measurehead. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line of the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury? Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber where he stored unfathomable wealth, Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Soul Aurum. It is obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers like some obese dragon instead of a bed like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Felipe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains into the Insulindian Bay. Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum, a group of marble plurants still surrounds the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and newspapers. What happened to the statue? The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn of the century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it to even finer pieces. Who restored the monument? Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue to the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. That's fucking weird and mean. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinez tend to agree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Felipe III, the Squanderer. Yeah, we already... Okay. How are we doing on 68, huh? Not the best. Oh, we can go to Freet. and cash my check.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. Wow. I didn't know you worked for the Union, sir. Anything else I can do for you? A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does. Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Good answer. Alright. What to do, what to do. Well, we have to ask them for help, right? To get the body down.
Can I help you? Got the 20. Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
How could anyone forget? So true. Call us back tomorrow. Ah, Jesus. Joyce is rich and willing to answer your questions. Ask one. I'm pretty sure we know that my name is Harry Dubois. So... Need a bool. Need my badge. Ask Kuno. I guess we could ask Kuno.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again, just get the dead guys.
Good one, Titus.
I thought I was gonna...
About fucking time.
I thought we were gonna ask him for help. I thought the Hardy Boys were the harbor guys that we were gonna ask for help.
I've got nothing to say to you. I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Alright, Glenn.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn. They aren't.
Okay, that's... Calm down, Lizzie. Yeah, I think it's just being in there like tanks the fucking recording for some reason. They're both right. Well... he said lots of them are smart, and she said, no, they're stupid. I understand where she's coming from, but...
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
So one of these days I'm going to get one of those roles, I swear to God. Oh, this is the...
There must be another way into the building.
Why was that so fucking loud? Oh my God. What?
I guess no one is in.
That was weird.
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for.
I'm scared. Yeah, what the fuck was
Every day
that?
tells you something.
That was crazy.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
I think we're gonna open it. Because I don't think I can pass a check where we lie to him, quite frankly. There's treasure in there. A white alligator, a fountain of quicksilver. As you hold the door open, the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle. Click. Sevenfold sun miracle. It's an optical atmosphere anomaly the first settlers saw happens in cold weather, 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. It is one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomena on this wondrous archipelago. You're sure you once saw sundogs in your youth and blue flares.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
Wait, so the flag is... of Revachol. Flag doesn't seem to mind, it's just colorful fabric with stuff on it. Cool. Good for you. You don't like people bowing to the flags? If the owner of these mugs doesn't like the people of other... Oh.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment. There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
Interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Where are you going, Kim? Okay. Thought something might happen there, but... kind of like this one. It's very nice. Ooh, that also gives -1 suggestion. We're not in the business of that. Right, we don't get to conceptualization. Righto. That's a pretty cool shirt. Would not cap about that.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Go where? Accosting a miner?
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old lady.
What? I was just curious what her blood type was.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
All the hooves down in Hooveville. Lausanne is an archipelago 2 days travel away from Revachol. It's a moneyed residence used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono is here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so... This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to do it.
I ain't no snitch, Bigstein.
Fuck.
Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate.
Alright, yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No. I already... Go check the backyard door. Maybe...
Madame, I assure you.
Fine. Fine. Recently painted. Good to know. Gonna need that for sure.
You're back. Good. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you. On the contrary, officer, there are yet camioneers you have not talked to.
How the fuck do you know?
So surprised. In a time like this,
Okay.
it would be strange if Wild Pines did. I suggest you go. You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare? Huh. And here I thought my modest payment of 100 real would stick.
In all good humor, that was a donation. It has been registered and it will yield you no favors. The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt...
I'm not a fence sitter.
myself.
I'm not a fence sitter. You can't tell me I'm a fence sitter.
If you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Weird.
Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see, even when it comes to trade secrets. Which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
Exactly, Book. It's a real problem.
Oh. That's...
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
That is, yeah, Shrintja. Is it produced a gun? He's helping.
Yes.
Please, don't get him in a loop. If he gets me, it will last.
Ask him something else, please.
Thank you for the advice. I'm glad you were here to assist. Your other dealings with Everard are still of considerable Of course, Detective. Until then, is what we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. The Pines' core competency...
I didn't have anything else.
Container shipping...
Or do you want me to just loop it there?
See those airships?
We can go back in the loop.
Linking. Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms. Why, thank you.
What?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
What exactly is a billion?
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? We built this district. All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions, the plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
Very interesting that she declined to say we when talking about the Wild Pines earlier, but now that I say the company is nothing without the workers, she is very quick to say we built this district. Very interesting, methinks. Perhaps she does take sides.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. a company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built. That's the man who was killed. Better not tie the fourth day.
Rigorous self-critique.
Let's learn.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy.
Yeah,
These
that's
are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Cool. This goes good. Mr. Thinking. Mr. Gonna put a point into something. Can you not up your, like, these stats ever? Threaten people. Fucking crazy, man. How high your real stats can go? Oh, okay. So I can't make this go higher without, like, because these sometimes raise it, right? Like this raised the cap to shivers to 6, right? Stuff like that. Ooh. High volition gamer? By doing drugs, right? But I'm not doing drugs. I'm a straight edge cop now. Empath, perhaps? Do I need more volition? I'm a high volition gamer, book. I'm a high volition gamer. God, there's too many options. Might just do, like, I want to put another, I might just put another one into Inland Empire, honestly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. At least get a 2 in something, you know?
Why must we stop?
Shut up, Kim. I'm looking at a fucking wall. Alright, let's go tell Everard that we opened the thing. I wonder if...
Still here.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, that's what I figured. I just wanted to check. Because the pale driver was like, Kim doesn't believe in soulmates. Let's go talk to our good boy, Mañana.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you. Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
A funny mug collection.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work.
Alright, let's go talk to our best friend Measurehead. Our guy that we really just see eye to eye with.
Your race descent has only... I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading. The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the
manlets.
company. I answer to the union.
I can't fucking believe he said
and I do this
manlets.
out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Seminoles. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the...
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation.
Your race descent. There is nothing I cannot.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yaha. Oh wait, there's more? We open. We open the thing. Fuck. We'll open that someday. So help me God. How's our boy doing?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old... No trouble at all, miss.
Oh, bummer. Nothing new from our boy.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very... One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
That's so nice of him.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types. If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with
Look,
a bad
she just has to
negotiator.
learn about, you know, race science with Measurehead. It's not that big a deal.
It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, it's absolutely fine. I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
That is, yeah.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my opera. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is...
Well, I mean, I figured it out, right? That's the thing. Like, they just put vodka in it. Mr. Everett is helping me find my
You might have noticed there's one hanging on the...
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race signs. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates. He's the big, impressive one. You know, tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy. What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this? You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
Thank you for your understanding.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
Love Harry.
Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry.
70
One
experience.
Question. You didn't
How are we?
actually
70.
happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best, helping people, with the power of politics.
So true.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you. Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
Would he? I'm not so sure about it.
Oh, you're too kind, Harry. Way too kind. By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps.
Now, calm down, Everard. Didn't you just say that we're all pals? There's no good guys or bad guys. We're all just pals.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Something here.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor. Can you imagine
Something
that?
doesn't line up.
Workers standing in
And that's
peaceful
what I'm trying to
protest,
figure out.
united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
That's actually pretty fucking sick.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired.
That's so cool.
There were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Mr. Cargo.
One of them got
Mr. gets
downright
lifted up and
suicidal,
down.
getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
I like how openly they just keep admitting that the Hardy Boys did it.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Good old Titus.
Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you.
Just
Men who
stellar
like
guys.
beer,
Just the
women,
best.
And some order on the streets. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk. Also, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. I'm willing to share information.
That's extremely
Is there
funny.
anything else?
I'm not giving you these AirPods. I'm just holding them. I'm just holding them out. I'm just holding them out to you. I'm just here. This is just my natural state. This is just how I sit. That's it. I just sit like this. I don't know. It's just comfortable.
How do I know? let me tell you about these people. That's their MO.
He's so transparent. Mr. Transparent, Mr. See-through. This guy. This guy is the
company sent in sediment.
The Mama
a security
Dakwa.
Contractor. The strike was over the workers' rights.
That's how transparent he is.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't. You're saying it, but I don't believe
Dude, I'm literally
you know
communist
how it is,
cop.
Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
It depends. I don't think...
I believe that you've typed that exact sentence.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
But we know who's behind the killing. You just told us, and they told us.
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Yes.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth center, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit. Hell yeah, let's do
Joy
it.
to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
All right. Get Measurehead, take the body down. We need 2 signatures from a couple people. Fuck. Use the ocean like a bow. Some great modern ship. Apparently it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's part of it. Yeah, it's great.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size, They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
We'll figure it out, Kim. Don't worry. 85. Okay, so we just need 15 more. We can get that by today. Do it. Just a little bit of pathing, that's all. Is Measurehead up here right now still, or? Yeah. Here's our boy.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you.
This is the uncomfortable result of...
Listen to your little friend, babe. See that they stay here the whole time.
Okay. I'm worried because I don't have much health. Did you just walk through the...
So, you guys are like cops or something? Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound?
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
It's Kuno. Hemoth peering around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Oh man. Incredible visual.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
I'm not a racist,
Measurehead. What you had
Measurehead.
to do was to become a unit.
Can I get the box? Fuck. I'm not a racist. I just listened to what one had to say for a little while. That's all.
All I'm wondering, man.
All right. This guy got more stuff to say to us now, or?
Right to work! Right to... Things are busy enough.
What is a
When
strike?
a bunch of beats me.
I know what a strike is. Toilet far too small and pleasantly tight. The overall set up by a belt. Let's get a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. 140. Yes, sir. What? What's the about book? Is there some way to get up there? No. Holy shit, did he like punch Kuno?
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree
Oh no,
to
he was
pieces.
laughing, okay.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was poor
Jesus Christ.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonort. The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a... Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too
Yeah,
big
Kuno's
for
portrait
any
rules. It's so good.
Kuno doesn't
And it looks
give
just
a
like
shit
Farm Stink.
about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah? That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows? So yeah, he's the one
What
you
are you
wanna
talking
talk to.
about?
He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch
Cows,
a peep at
who-
Kuno's armor. Go... You're testing...
Get lost,
Kuno does...
What?
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is
I'm gonna level
too broken or compromised.
Oh, I already... Okay, I
The
got
victim
one.
is ready for a field autopsy.
What was I gonna... I was gonna put one into something. What was I gonna put one into? Was it a logic? I think it was logic. Oh yeah, because I wanted to find out about the envelope, I think. Yeah, that's what it was, book.
1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From you are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case.
Yup,
if you
I'm
were.
a detective.
Now,
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later.
come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is.
What you do know is at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single Et Puis de Song to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what is a field autopsy? Who the fuck knows? Confused with the Copopedia.
Unfortunately, no.
Alright.
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. That's right.
Steers and Sounds, as you crack open the ledger, the bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists describing the condition of his skin and organ in 3 parts.
That's
Again.
you.
Assistant. Only the first question, I don't know the answer. Right, the gloaming. The corpse is indifferent to the time of the dead light, and the great culling just lies there. The next box says, coroner's case. No.
KK57 dash
Number.
0803 dot
KK Kim Kitsuragi, 57, precinct 27, followed by his date, 8083, time of arrival, 8:15. On the scene, he's indexed the case after himself, not you.
next.
Fuck it, who cares?
NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
About 50. Like meat on a hook.
Mondial.
Fair to olive skinned from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. Pudgy mess. Curled meat looks neither mondial nor anything else. Sex.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Does he look male? The pregnant belly and indistinguishable
We're
face.
still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Listens, motionless with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Strange word, treatment.
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dockworkers.
Central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature. A holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Gemrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosenkratz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside. Light drizzle. There is darkness on the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside, Grand Couronne. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Torson. Hand extended, he approaches to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wide. 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide, the other an accident, the small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, Gree, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It is no longer meaningfully intact. Directs with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white. The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark.
I like that you can amend to high velocity. That's really funny.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark. Always good to think ahead. Now...
It's like, I like that you can, but I don't like that you didn't. Well, I'm writing my report. The guys at the station are already mocking me for losing my gun and my badge and my memory. You know? I can't have that.
We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
This isn't great. Oh, no. Physical instrument. Kind of want to do that. This fight beeps from the stream. No, yeah, that's there's something. I don't know. Don't worry about it. I tried lowering the gain so it wouldn't come through, but whatever. I think I want to put one in physical. 17. Fuck it. Jamming cutters right into the knot. Seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Rotate them to get a better hold, then... Ah, jeez.
Yeah, fuck him! Fuck that buggery! Corpse fucking time!
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
I'll let Kim run it. He seems smarter than me. Beautiful.
Here.
I let him cook. I'm not much of a chef. A cardinal is outside, and it flies away.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
Ever since the autopsy, the lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. Last item, hands.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
I'm gonna be right back. I'm back. Sorry, our carbon monoxide detector was detecting carbon monoxide, but, you know, Disco Elysium is more important. What was I doing?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
No, it wasn't actually detecting anything. I think those just like batteries were low or something. Yeah, it was just batteries.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke. Failure.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands. These are ancient mysteries, Cabo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. Na. Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Neither am I. Same for toxicology and serology. Na. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. Oh, so we inflicted them? Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage.
I don't hate Kim. I just...
Odontologist does not know.
I didn't think that he would want it in there. I'm trying to impress Kim. I think that if I put voila in there, he'll be like, why did you put voila in there? Why did you do that? That was weird. Oh, jeez.
Agreed. Next injury. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Crucial moment? You think so? Red blood sticks to his scalp and chest where the countless stones have hit the dead man beneath the description of injury. I mean, non-fatal, right?
Next. Nothing. Just in case. Nothing. Just nothing. 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 Just in a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes, wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side, awaiting your judgment. The ring around his neck is visible. Fuck.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will... for processing.
Then it's slept there, and then at the corpse again. Well, I mean, you know, while we're here, might as well just... Where's... I kind of want to do perception, because I'm trying to find out about this guy. The Swedish sniper. The net play sniper. Still 3, fuck. Run it.
Do you think we missed something? Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and it would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if...
Fuck are you looking at, being old man? You want a piece of the
Only if all else fails. Hurry. This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking... If you think so, officer, I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema.
I don't want to find a freaking fridge. That's not sanitary. It's a biohazard. I'm not trying to infest the people of Revachol or of Martinez in particular.
Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
No Kim? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? No Kim?
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang! Oh, yes! You got style.
He knows.
You got personal style.
I have so much style.
You know what you like. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you.
Fuck.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Money is very important. You see, I'm an honest entrepreneur. I can't help you if you don't give me a good reason. Drugs?
I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin life. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs. That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that. Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater. No, I just said I
like this
harder,
guy.
and he's an asshole. I'm okay. Maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. Nothing. I told you. I'm not crowd. You know, the drug crowd. Look. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into... It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. All right. Very cool. Let's cap this off with a purchase. A pair of funky sunglasses. Me? It's a boring story, officer. See, guy, apricot suzerainty. It's all the same to me. It's all cool. I'm interested in sales.
I love this guy.
Let's make one. Super high quality.
Fuck.
Oh, okay. You see.
Cop of the apocalypse. It's not fire. It's not ash. There will most certainly be a sea of corpses leading up to the event. But it won't be war or pestilence that causes it. Oh no. The event will belong to a genre of cataclysm no man has dared to suspect would ever come to pass. You can only sense the shape of it, like a cavity, a pit opening up in your stomach, a throat into which the world will vanish. The streets, the grass, the stars, all will be rolled back. By whom, by what, and how, you don't know. All you know is, you're not joking around.
What does it give us? Inland Empire and Ooh. Inland Empire to 6? Wait, we already had that, didn't we? Didn't we also already have Shivers to 6? From... Yeah, Hobocop gets Shivers to 6. Feels extra special. Did it add one? I thought that we were already at 6 there. Huh.
You like sunglasses, officer?
Unique dialogue options. That's what I figured. That's what I care more about. We just gotta go around, look for some tear. You know how it is. Yeah, 1 to my cap. I thought that I +1 cap. What's this thing?
G'day to you, officer.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershell.
So true.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage. Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great!
Do I ever?
Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
Okay, bye.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you? Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise. All kinds of people come through here.
Get left. What do you want me to do?
Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored.
Yeah, I sent the body back.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
What?
It keeps me entertained. The Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds for that matter. Oh, I didn't mean to imply otherwise. But it's been a while since I've gone hunting for the Coldima Madakwa myself. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Coldima Madakwa. And he was one of those
books? I already have my books.
Who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search. We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Coldima Madakwa. Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for. Alright.
Well... No, you're fine. What books do I even have? Like, I already read my one book. My bird book. I'm not about to spend money on more books. I don't want to spend money on books. Yeah, but I need money for tomorrow. I'm not made of money, dude. Why the fuck do you have a... Is that just like a normal Twitch emote? They just have Steve Minecraft? Minecraft Steam. Why is that there? That's so weird. That's so fucking weird. No, because your brain doesn't give you... I mean, I guess if I turned the narrator on, it would be, but not about that. What are these close to? Oh, that's +1 half-light. That's pretty nifty. No, this is not Final Cut. I'm not about to disrespect the delivery box. Come on. I do? I thought I didn't. It is? Interesting. I am lying? Don't I have the... I thought I got the karaoke song that I needed. Didn't I? Oh, I need the sad song on tape. Wait, do I not? Right? Psychological. Yeah, because I don't want full. Because full has the annoying narrator. I don't have, like, I only have this book and I've read both of them. Right? Does this stuff not, but I don't have enough money. Fine, I'll go buy some freaking books. That's true, I could talk to a working class woman.
Excuse me? I don't know. The most talkative one? The what now?
No, you're not. Don't think that way. You're just a regular talkative cockatoo. And let's leave it at that, okay? No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not missing. I see.
Ah, pate. Sports magazines, yuck.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Braubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Then you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
That's great. Oh, it's a lot of... I don't want a Heimdall bag. Book. Bag. Where's the Dick Mullen books? Yeah, let's go. Dick Mullen on the job. Get me, Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the murder in the orchard. The sordid affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen, an obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen. Dick Mullen dies? Turns out he faked it to solve... Oh, fuck, I want that one. The dame who did it, farewell my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen, a dark tide turns. The tragedy calls for Dick Mullen, another one with a fake death. And of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. This is not... Real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here...
Mm-hmm. No, please, continue, Mac. I'm waiting.
Gosh, why?
What do you mean you wish in the game, or you wish me as a person would react to your messages? I think I missed. Oh, you wish that was a Twitch. Oh, like in like Discord reacts. I see. Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Well, just so you know, Slack had reacts before Discord did.
Yeah, sure came close.
But
alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to one question. Who is Dick Mullen? Fuck.
Oh,
I'll
crime,
never know
robberies,
Dick Mullen.
murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
I wanna buy one. Oh. I wanted to buy one of those. Biographies? Fuck no. Keep that shit away from me. Ooh, paranormal books. Wholeness, unity, balance. How does that work? Serves platitudes. Traditional medicine is garbage. It'll only give you cancer anyway. That stands for WUB? Whoa. What? What? Oh, the wholeness, unity, balance. Yeah. Wholeness, unity, balance, yeah, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium, how to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Saraise tradition of using duck gall bladder to treat and prevent STDs. Pre and post factum apply. Not worth buying. Medical purposes of the pale. What is the pale? Very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. Book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as the territory. Oh, you know what? I actually have to probably go soonish. Because I am getting groceries. Sounds invigorating. It's good for circulation too. What else? Also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days depending on the potency desired. Super bugged for you? What do you mean? Like it didn't do anything? Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable. Should probably check it out. For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale. The sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. This is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be a party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk naked. Huh. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. I probably need that.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. Indeed.
Fuck it, let's run it.
Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Cory the Mama Dakwa.
We did it.
It's not only your eardrums that register sound anymore. Your very skin has become an organ of hearing. Looking for a whisper, light and low. A god who's very, very silent. Nothing escapes you. A cockroach in the other room. A candy wrapper falling on dry grass. A drunk falling from a chair in a bar 20 meters away. In fact, you haven't heard the Col du Mama Dakwa, but you have discovered that you have amazing hearing. It must be the only part of you the alcohol hasn't drowned out. Keep listening.
Well, that sucks. I wanted the Col de Mama Dakwa. I can probably run this and then be done. Medicinal purposes of the pale. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half the book. What's a pharmacopoeia? You come across the following explanation. Modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials. Readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Saolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may have been gathered from the pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies. Restoring lost memories, perhaps? Memories, perhaps? There are a number of Saolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition. Just want something that will soothe my relentless torment. Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover. There's nothing in there that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot? Let's run it. First, you need to choose a base ingredient. Let's do ginger root. That seems good. Combine the base ingredient with appropriate vehicle. Dram of whiskey. Tea seems like a good option. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? Ginseng, I think. Ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy as a nice bonus. From the pale, of course, or perhaps from some enterprising entrepreneur. Where you would find one of those, though, the book does not say. Quite curious. Oh, Mr. Autosaves. Sit on a bench. Bye, book. I hope you're not going to bed. It's like fucking 7 o'clock. Maybe 8 for you. I don't know what Toronto's time zone is. Jesus. Should I just like sit here for like hours to pass the time instead of going to sleep? Or does it matter? Oh, you're going to sleep? Or no, I misunderstood everything. 46 minutes. should I run another? If we do this.
Wasteland of reality. Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years, though. It'll be depressing, and it'll be boring. Don't expect any further rewards or hand claps. This is how normal people are all the time.
Wow, this one kind of sucks, it seems like. Am I wrong on that? Another 10 honor points for you, sir. As your deeds have spoken for you, honorable one, but to fully drape oneself in an eternal cloak of honor, a ritual must be completed, a rite of honor. Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy, but you, O honorable one, have excelled in honor. Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know oneself, to know one's honor, one must reach deep within oneself and touch one's honor. You need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand, to your rectum and stick it in there to form the arch of honors. All I ever wanted to do is die with dignity, to die with honor. You've become a man of noble faculty. A man kneels and honor cop rises. Go forth and commit even more honorable deeds. And should your resolve ever waver, remember the right of honor. It will always cleanse a man's soul. All right. Now we go to bed. You never did Honor Cop? It is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep. Didn't you play this game like 6 times? How'd you never get Honor Cop? Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away, but you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even though even through your sleep, you feel vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety, but you cannot because of the pain. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you? I'm sorry, cells. I got an achievement called literally the sorriest cop on earth. Now you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you. These are my just desserts. Oda's pain. No, please. You had your chance, Harry boy, and you missed it. Started thrashing around, acting all brave. Now the dark center has vanished. You'll never get back to it. You're just stuck here in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? I will. I'm looking at people all the time. Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they? Some of them are. Some of them are nice. Others are scared. At least they're interesting. Each one has a process, just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves, a great democracy of creatures. What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts. You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you. Let it. Let it. But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Alright. And that'll be it. 'Cause I have to go. Alright. Goodbye.